This is J&T's Backyard Bowl.
Hello, and welcome to Backyard Bowl. I'm Jay, and I'm racist against CO2. Or, I guess I'm more moleculist.
Moleculist?
Yeah.
Only against CO2, though.
Only against CO2.
Well, that's good. I guess if you're going to be...
Well, there's a few other ones that I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah.
Methane.
But for the purposes of this podcast and today's headlines...
Strictly CO2, yeah.
Okay. Moleculist.
Yeah, it's... You know, I don't like it coming in this country, you know.
Well, you finally have something in common with Trump.
I guess I do.
You want it... You don't want it in this country, and if you do want it in this country, you want it in a way that is by...
I mean, like, I don't
terms.
mind it. I just, like, I don't want a whole lot of it. You know, kind of like how he doesn't really mind brown people. He just doesn't want a whole lot of them in this country.
Yeah, well, unless they're working at his golf courses.
Yeah. Exactly.
Other than that, none.
I'm okay with people breathing it out, but, like...
Okay, that makes sense. Well, I'm T. I'm kind of impartial on the CO2 debate here. I'm not really a moleculist or not a moleculist. I guess I'm indifferent in the middle here. Don't hate it, don't love it, don't really know. I guess I'd have to have more of it in my life to find out. And hopefully it doesn't come to that, but we'll see.
Well, the way the administration's going, you're going to get a lot more of it in your life.
We're going to touch on that a little bit.
Yeah, we are.
With that being said, you ready to bull, man?
That I am. Let's bull.
Alrighty, Backyard Bowl headlines for the week. First up, we've got the... Dude. So, the administration straight up just hooking up Saudi Arabia with this fucking fast-track bullshit.
Oh my God.
To get nuclear materials. To potentially make a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, they're basically bypassing the entire, like, nuclear arms treaty. And it's highly illegal and pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, and for me, what bothers me the most about this is the fucking silence, at least on the conservative side of the media, regarding this story, because whenever the Uranium One deal went down...
Oh, yeah.
Which is a highly publicized thing that fucking happened, that they're always going to fucking point to. They could not scream loud enough about shit like this. And now, here it is, Saudi Arabia, like one of the worst fucking actors in the Middle East, at least.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just nothing to be heard on the right side of the media about this at all.
Well, see, that's the thing is, like... So they're trying to sell them some pretty high dollar items here, and I mean like pretty like highly technical nuclear technology, which goes against the Atomic Energy Act, I think is what it goes.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, Jared Kushner played a part in this because he has got so many close ties to the Saudis.
Yeah.
And you know, we've got these in place. Like it has to go through Congress, but the admin is trying to completely bypass that.
Yeah, just
and
it's not like super out of the ordinary for this administration to kind of loophole or fucking find a workaround, some kind of deal they can get done somehow, some way.
Yeah.
It's a little off the booksy,
a little mafioso.
Yeah. It kind of fits the bill of a crime family. So we shouldn't be super surprised, but we shouldn't be happy about something like this. Like Saudi Arabia, definitely the type of regime, i.e., you know, North Korea, Iran, that you don't want to have access to a nuclear bomb.
Exactly, and not only that, but like, I mean, like we should look at the precedent. behind this. I mean, like, this is going against, I believe it's Section 123 of the Atomic Energy Act, where, like, Congress needs to approve these kind of deals. And it's one of those things where you're gonna have, like, you're gonna have that whole back and forth, like, oh no, this is just like how you said the Uranium One deal. Well, no, the Uranium One deal was like completely and utterly legit.
Yeah,
you know, like,
the conservative media will fucking demonize that and talk about that in a way that makes it seem like Hillary Clinton, as Secretary of State, backdoored this whole thing and approved it just her.
Yeah,
but when
like,
it comes down to it,
she literally went and picked up the uranium from, like, you know, a distribution center and, like, drove it to fucking,
took a
like,
fucking Ryder truck or a U-Haul from fucking
wearing sunglasses and a trench coat.
Yeah, which is clearly not the case. When it comes down to the Uranium One deal, a committee of 9 individuals approved the Uranium One deal. 2 different committees approved the Uranium One deal, and Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama signed off on it.
Yeah.
So it crossed their desk, yes, but this wasn't a 1 person or 2 person or 24 people. This was multiple
the
people.
Government.
Yeah.
You know, like,
deciding,
working in action.
Yeah. Like, we've got a shitload of this uranium. Let's make some money.
Yeah.
Russia's going to get it from us, or they're going to get it somewhere else.
I don't know. Maybe like, if the Uranium One deal pops up again in the news, or if we're going through a slow news day, we'll go over, or news week rather. We'll go over the entire Uranium One deal and why it's such garbage. That
we could really break that down.
Quote unquote controversy and scam or whatever. But, like, the fact is like, this got brought to attention because of whistleblowers.
Yeah.
Like, this wasn't like, you know, like, oh yeah, we announced it. No, this is like a full, like, not like the Uranium One deal where it was like announced and fucking, like, easily documented.
That's the only reason people
This
know.
was whistleblower mode.
That's the only reason people know about the Uranium One deal, is because we let it be known, hey, this is happening.
Yeah.
This Saudi nuclear material hookup that the administration's trying to pull was attempted to be like a behind the curtain sort of thing.
Yeah, and, you know, like, one of these people that, like, some of the people that were involved in this were pretty familiar names, like Michael Flynn.
Oh, weird. Michael Flynn. You don't say.
Yeah. So it's I don't know. It's shady. Shady as fuck, illegal as fuck, and it's just another fucking, you know, gallon of swamp juice.
Yeah, pretty much. Is what it really, when you boil down the swamp juice, you have like that swamp juice resin, and that's what this fucking thing.
Yeah, it's essence of swamp juice.
Yeah.
Oh, de swamp.
Mm-hmm. So, next up on the headlines, my favorite of the week, man.
Oh, yeah. This is true, because knowing I think you're kind of on the burn train.
Dude, I am feeling the burn.
Are you?
I'm feeling the burn when I pee. I'm feeling the burn when I poop. I'm feeling the burn when I eat. I'm feeling it when I sleep. It's all burn all the time on my end of the house here. All the time.
You should probably get that checked out.
Burn.
No, that's not. I mean, like, I get that you like burning, but, like, that. No,
all burn all the time. Don't care.
No, you got issues.
Don't care. Oh, burn mode. If you're not feeling the burn, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, I'm not having the burn like you, apparently.
So, Bernie's back in the race. He's running in 2020.
Yes, he is.
Oh, man. I couldn't be more excited, to be completely honest with you. I know. He's 77 years old. That's a tough pill for me to swallow as well. He's an old-ass man. Old-ass white man run this country for a long fucking time. This dude is a different breed of old-ass white man.
That's true. That is true.
So, the platform hasn't changed, the ideas haven't changed, and I think that's what I love about him the most, honestly.
To be honest with you, they've actually become more mainstream. Like most of the Democratic candidates right now are filing in underneath his ideas.
I know, and I think that's hilarious. That pretty much everything that he was campaigning on in 2016 in the primaries against Hillary is now, if you're not with those ideas, you're kind of not left enough.
Yeah,
you're too moderate if you don't want Medicare for all or free college tuition or fucking.
I've really only heard of the like Medicare for all. That's really the only thing.
That's the big one that they're all
and legal weed, obviously.
Oh,
because Bernie's always been behind that.
Yeah.
And like, don't get me wrong. I like Bernie. I like Bernie a lot. You know, I mean, I'm a registered independent, so like I couldn't vote for Bernie in the whole, primary thing. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, I think that like Bernie did get fucking really kind of gypped out of the whole thing from the DNC, and not only that, but also the media as well.
Like, the media did everyone a disservice by giving Trump all the free airtime.
They really
did in the fucking world.
But they also did. It also did kind of seem like they were really kind of dogging on Bernie.
Yeah.
Like even when he was doing wonderfully great as some of his campaigns, they tend to be like reporting it as like being really shitty.
Yeah, they got underreported on him and misrepresented a lot of what was really going on within his campaign the whole time.
That being said, like I've seen a lot of fucking negative feelings on Twitter when it comes to Bern.
Me too, man. It kind of drives me nuts.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of that whole negativity that comes out is from, like, no offense, because you are Bernie bro.
I will get offended.
But it's from the Bernie bros, There's a lot of Bernie bros out there that get pretty fucking riled up, and they tend to attack.
Yeah.
And they tend to get a little cray-cray.
And I don't want to say understandably because it's kind of fucked up, but like you said, I mean the DNC really fucked him over, and the way that the party was, they've sort of changed the way that things work with the superdelegates and how everything's weighted now.
Yeah.
So that things like that can't happen, or at least can't be weighted in that direction again.
Yeah.
But
at the same time, like Hillary got, like, for lack of a better term, burned by the DNC back when it was Obama.
Yeah.
When she and Obama were going for it, back in the day. So, like, I mean,
it just felt
the same thing happened to her that she actually used to her advantage, like,
Yeah, maybe you just kind of learn your lessons from the previous fight and bring that to the next fight. You're probably right there. It just, to me, it seems like a little bit of a unequivocal match because between Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton in a battle of ideas, clearly Barack Obama's the winner. No. And in a battle between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders in a battle of ideas, the country wasn't ready for the ideas that Bernie had, I think.
No.
Only right. 2 years ago. It's not that long ago. And I don't know that they're even ready for it in 2020. I hope they are.
Well, socialism is still a dirty word.
Oh, very.
When it comes to
it's almost profane.
most right Republicans, and I don't know. There's still a lot out there. Bernie's not condemning Maduro.
I know that's a real like sour spot.
Like I don't. What's up with that, man? I don't understand.
I don't know. I wish I knew because as much as I love Bernie, I can find criticisms within his spectrum of ideas, and I don't know why you wouldn't be the first person at the forefront to say, like, yeah, Maduro regime, bad deal, not a good idea.
Yeah.
Democratic socialists, yes, socialistic principles within a democratic society. They went full socialism. I'm not, by any stretch of the imagination, gonna fucking give props to Nicolas Maduro.
Right.
What's going on down there is fucking a terrible example of the negative ways that socialism could work when you induce corruption as well.
Yeah. I mean, and it should be noted that, like, Venezuela was doing pretty goddamn well under Chavez.
Oh, yeah. Hugo Chavez, they were doing great.
It also was because, like, oil prices were extraordinarily high as well. So they were making money hand over fist.
That definitely didn't hurt anything. But
the bottom dropped out on the oil industry, with the whole, whatchamacallit, the recession.
Yeah, the crisis in 08, yeah. I guess, though, when I think about socialism and Bernie Sanders and Venezuela and the way that the right mainstream media wants to tie these things all together, I think, like, yeah, Venezuela is a great fucking example for socialism run amok. But America is a great fucking example of capitalism and greed run amok.
Oh, yeah.
And neither one's good. One's obviously better than the other.
And that's one of those things is, like, America's always been a country that, incorporates ideas from everything, So, like, we have socialist programs in this country.
That people fucking love.
Oh, yeah. Medicare. Fucking Social Security.
Yeah.
Fucking snowplows.
These aren't things that came around in the 90s or the 2000s.
I think we've talked about this before on the podcast, but it's like, I mean, the NFL, for Christ's sakes, has a profit-sharing thing where they share all of the profits that they make from TV.
Yeah.
And they distribute it amongst...
to make sure everyone gets a piece of the pie.
Everyone gets a piece of the pie,
yeah. And that's a completely socialistic principle involved in, like, one of the sports that America cares the most about.
Yeah.
And that's a great example. And all these other examples, I mean, I think a lot of people don't even know that they love socialism so fucking much. Is that, like, the roads you drive on, the fire departments that are within your jurisdictions, the police departments, all these things that your tax dollars go towards to make everyone okay.
Yeah, that's...
all the time.
Based on socialism. So, I don't know.
You can't argue that those types of things don't work.
Yeah,
I mean, fire departments and police departments and roads don't work. All of those things, for the most part, work.
Yeah, they work pretty damn well.
Yeah. So I think that's when we say socialism, and the right tries to paint that into this dark, terrible Venezuelan.
Yeah, it's always the extreme.
Yeah, we just need to say, like, hey, and I think Bernie Sanders will probably echo this throughout the campaign. That, like, no, people fucking love this. The government's not good at a lot of things, but they're really good at taking sums of money and paying for things they need for their people, i.e. Social Security or Medicare.
That being said, there is a lot of waste when it comes to the government, and that's just because of the way that it's structured and how it buys things. Yeah. And, Bernie has talked a lot about that. He's talked a lot about fucking, like, the whole cost plus aspect of contracts, government contracts and stuff like that. Like, cost plus is a fucking terrible fucking way to do business. Right. But the government uses it all the goddamn time.
No successful business would ever run that way.
Yeah.
The United States government is a terrible example of the way to run a successful business.
Yeah.
Which is why these things don't meld well together. Why we have this supposedly successful businessman in office right now. And things just don't meld well. It doesn't work together well.
Exactly.
Because those things aren't meant to work together that way. It doesn't work like that.
So I'll be interested to see what he does. I mean, I know he day one he raised like $6 million. Yeah. He outpaced the front runner Harris.
Yeah.
By like just over $5 million.
About $5 million.
Yeah, because he got like $6 million right out the gate. She only got like 1.6 million.
Pretty much as soon as he announced, $6 million came in, and it was on the same as last time he ran. Average campaign contribution of about $27. So I think that's awesome, and I know they're all going away at least the Democrats are all going away from the super PAC funded campaign structure because we know that that's a corrupt way to run politics.
Yeah, I mean, I like that they're doing that. I think we talked about this a few podcasts ago. It turns out that like presidential campaigns don't normally use a whole lot of PAC money anyways.
Yeah, they don't.
It's very little. So like, it's more of like a, you know, in confidence, like, hey, we don't like PACs and we're not going to use them, sort of thing. It's a good stance to have.
Yeah, it can't hurt to say, hey, I want people to represent me and not corporations.
Yeah.
Or large, huge conglomerate Koch brother type situations, or George Soros on the other end of the spectrum there.
Yeah, exactly.
That I'd prefer for just regular, ordinary, working class people to support me in a way to where we can get something done that they actually want.
Exactly, yeah.
And I love that about Bernie. I could not fucking say that enough, honestly.
I know. But I know that if I let you, this entire podcast would be dedicated to, you sucking Bernie's dick.
Dude, I'll make this Bernie cast 2019 right now.
I know.
If you let me.
I know. I'm not going to let you. So let's move on. Let's talk about a little bit of obstruction, shall we?
Ooh.
With the supposed Trump asking Whitaker, or rather the widow taker.
The widow taker, as we call him on the podcast.
Yeah. Reoccurring character up on our supervillain list. To appoint Berman, I believe his name was, as the prosecutor for the Cohen case.
Yeah, kind of trying to put an inside guy, a little Trump ally, in there to make sure that the trial goes the way Trump and Cohen need it to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Luckily for us in America and democracy, Whitaker didn't do it. The widow taker did not follow through.
Well, to do that would have been fucking ridiculous and stupid, because Berman actually recused himself from said prosecution.
That's what he wanted him to do, was unrecuse himself and enter the trial. And
no, he just needs to do it because I know that he will do exactly what I said, what I say to do.
Exactly.
Innocent. Trump's innocent. Yeah. Also Cohen.
This trial's not for Trump. Yeah, but he's innocent anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Case dismissed. I don't question mark. I'm not sure how to go about this. So good for Matt Whitaker for not doing it. I think he's smart enough. Trump's not smart enough to know that if Whitaker says yes to that question, hey, let's put this guy in there and make the trial go our way. And Whitaker's yeah, let's be shady as fuck. That it's not going to trigger every fucking obstruction of justice looker out there to be holy shit. Well, they just obstructed justice, and it's clear and cut, and there's no question about it. They put a lawyer in there that's a Trump guy that golfs in Mar-a-Lago all the fucking time. And he's going to rule the way that Trump or Cohen needs them to rule. So, good for Whitaker on that front.
Good for Whitaker for actually knowing his shit. I feel like you don't really have to be appraised for that, or praised for that, but, still, that's cool. Good on him. Moving on, we've got this guy. You want me to take this one?
Oh man, dude. This one's pretty rough. So this guy looks like a straight up war criminal, if I've ever fucking seen one. But it turns out what he's against the most is anything in favor of the environment at all.
No, he's more in favor of CO2.
Yeah, loves the CO2.
He loves it.
Couldn't love the CO2 more.
You call him a war criminal. I view him as a a World War II video game evil Nazi mad scientist. You know, the one that's creating the super soldiers.
He looks exactly like that. Like fits that bill perfectly.
Yeah, like something out of Indiana Jones or something.
And a lot of the things he said over the years here are kind of fucking weird and fucked up and make weird, crazy analogies. What's the one that comes to mind for you?
So this guy, he's the new climate change czar, because after this last disastrous climate change report, they decided to create a committee of something of sorts to determine whether or not climate change was a national security threat. And so they implemented, put William Happer is his name.
Yeah.
This Nazi-looking motherfucker. He just... I can't get around how evil he looks.
It's very, very sinister look to this individual.
But yeah, looking into on OpenSecrets.org, looking into how much money he takes from the fossil fuel industry, I'm not surprised that he says these types of things. But he loves CO2.
Oh, dude.
He literally loves it. If he could make love to a molecule,
that'd be the one. That'd be his go-to.
He would yeah.
Yeah. So the quote that really comes to the forefront here is that he said that CO2 has been demonized in a way that Jews were in Nazi Germany during the Holocaust. And that's not the only. I know you have a few other of his quotes.
Oh yeah, he's also said, if plants could vote, they would vote coal.
Yeah.
He also said that if the CO2 were doubled in the atmosphere, we couldn't even detect it. There would be no discernible difference.
Yeah, we wouldn't even know.
We wouldn't even know. Nothing would be a thing.
Yeah.
That global warming and CO2 increase would be good for humanity and the Earth.
Yeah.
And it gets better. Also, he's also said things like if a coal stack, like the exhaust stack from a coal firing power plant, is functioning properly, it will only emit the same amount of CO2 that a person breathing does.
This is the most nonsensical, ridiculous,
full on outright lies.
Yeah, just usually conservatives pull this bullshit line that they all like to pull. I'm not a scientist, but...
Yeah.
And then whatever it is that they want to use to downplay climate change. The scientific community is an almost 100% consensus telling you you're fucking wrong. Whatever it is you're going to say, I'm not a scientist, but you're fucking wrong about that. This guy doesn't even lead with the I'm not a scientist, but he outright says all this nonsense that you just fucking told us about, and it's fucking insane.
He doubles down. He takes it a step further.
Yeah,
he goes to the max.
Ridiculous.
To be honest with you, conspiracy theory mode, the way that this guy talks, I'm not entirely sure if he's human. Oh. He might be just a lizard person.
A lizard man?
Yeah. And he's, he's wanting a super fucking, warm fucking planet so that he can go lie on a rock, and warm his lizard blood up.
Yeah. Finally.
Yeah, he's waiting for the downfall of humanity so that he can finally take off that mask and be like, ha ha ha, yes.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
I can sunbathe in peace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally, my race can take over the planet.
I mean, crazy shit like this, it makes it seem like that insane lizard person conspiracy isn't as nuts as the type of shit this dude is saying on the regular.
Right? Yeah. My theory is more sound than fucking some of the theories that he's spouted on
The guy is
television.
actually a lizard person.
Yeah.
Is more credible than what the type of shit that this dude is saying about CO2 in the atmosphere. And that's for real. That's just being real.
He's fucking nuts.
Bad ideas deserve to be criticized. This guy has the worst fucking ideas I've ever heard of in my life.
So, yeah. So you can expect the next, the CPA, Climate Progress Assessment?
I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah, so you can expect the CPA 5 coming out this year to not be the exact same thing. That
It'll be like
was.
that tweet that you put out, just the Lego song.
Oh, yeah. It'll just be
Everything
at the
is
end.
awesome.
Yeah. Nothing is fucked and we're not going to die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically it'd be like that. We'll just be, okay, well, there's no need to change anything because everything's awesome, apparently.
Yeah, we need more CO2, for sure.
So that pretty much wraps it up for the headlines this week, man. You ready for the tantrums?
Well, speaking of reptilian-like behavior, why don't we just get right on into it?
Yeah, it definitely fits that bill. Tantrums this week, man. Holy shit. So our episodes usually, we record Saturdays and we air them Sundays. Mm-hmm. So,
Unless I'm lazy.
yeah, and
get it out Monday.
life happens and sometimes we get them out on Monday, but
It's just me being lazy, I ain't gonna lie.
or Jay over here just is lazy and life doesn't happen. But this last week, so SNL aired and we got our episode out Sunday, but the most recent SNL, Saturday Night Live episode, came out that Saturday. As we were recording the damn episode,
Yeah.
they're airing their weekly live episode. And it was a pretty good long dig at Trump with Alec Baldwin at the helm.
Yeah,
Playing Trump like he usually does, parodying Trump.
the national emergency parody.
Yeah, the with the brown line and the it was pretty fucking hilarious.
It was good.
I mean,
I liked
he
it.
does a pretty decent Trump. I like his Trump. It's not bad at all. But Trump was not happy.
Oh, no.
He used the word retribution for things like this on NBC.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he meant by that.
Like some sort of take action against the networks that make fun of him. Which would be like all the channels besides Fox News.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, the news channels don't necessarily make fun of him. They just report, like,
Yeah.
the news. Or, as he puts it, fake news because it's negative against him. But, yeah, so, I don't know, man. This is one of those things where, like, in a perfect Trump world, like, where Trump is, like, he has his way in doing whatever he wants, I feel like SNL wouldn't be a thing. I feel like he would have drone strike their ass already. So, there's not really much legal discourse for him to do anything. I mean, because, they've been making fun of presidents since forever. I think, Gerald Ford?
Yeah.
So, like, nothing's going to happen from this.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a fucking empty,
It's
empty
just
thread.
It's just one of those standard things. It's a tantrum, and that's
So-
what we report.
This thin-skinned ass crybaby's crying about Saturday Night Live parodying him every week, every weekend. Like, hey, here's an idea, dude, and yeah, I implanted fucking into the word idea, but don't be such a fucking dipshit and declare national emergencies and then say I didn't have to do this. at the podium, and Saturday Night Live won't make fun of you.
Yeah.
Or at least they won't have as much ammunition to do so.
Yeah.
You know? Because they're going to make fun of every president. Like you said, Gerald Ford, it goes way back. You know?
Oh, yeah.
They've been on for like 40 fucking years. So you know, if the administration would behave in a way that was a little more traditional, then they'd get made fun of in a little bit more traditional way.
Yeah.
I guess the only
I don't think
exceptional part.
I think he still wouldn't like that. He's
so thin-skinned that he would hate it.
yeah. He's got way too big of an ego for you to be making fun of him.
Yeah, which is so weird to me. This is the most successful, biggest brain, smartest ever. Fucking nobody knows more. Bigly guy that we've got. You think that he'd be able to just deflect all of that and not give a fuck what anybody thinks?
I don't know. It makes perfect sense.
I mean,
to
he
me
went
when you
on
think
a
about it.
Comedy Central roast.
Yeah, and he probably
At one point.
hated every moment.
I don't imagine it was fun for him.
Yeah.
Don't imagine.
But, like, speaking of ammunition, he makes it pretty goddamn easy with this next one.
Yeah, he does.
So, like, you know, the internet's all abuzz, and every single ad out there is talking about 5G, and, you know, it's the future. You know, we all got 4G right now. 4G LTE if
Yeah.
you're on the Verizon network.
Yeah, they're rolling out their new tech here in a little while.
So, yeah, like, 5G's been around for a while. Like, the standards. Like, I mean, they put those standards in place long before they ever actually implement the hardware.
Right.
Because it takes a billion goddamn years to do this. Well, according to Trump, who actually, this is one of the very few things that he admits ignorance on, or at least that he has admitted, he's recorded as admitting ignorance on like 1 or 2 times before he was president.
Yeah, but even before, I think, campaign trail or pre-campaign trail.
Yeah, it was pretty early on.
Like,
nowadays, you could talk to him and he'd have the biggest tech brain in the world.
Yeah.
And know everything about the interwebs. But this dude, he wants 5G and even 6G everywhere.
6G. So he
6G.
He fucking...
He plus one it.
He's... so apparently that's going to be a thing now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it will be a thing.
If it's a numerical thing, Trump will just add one.
Yeah.
And it'll be the better thing that we're going to have soon because he's president right now.
Yeah. All because of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see where we're going.
Mind you, like, you know, those international standards haven't even, like, they won't do those for another decade.
Oh, yeah. Well, they got to roll out 5G completely.
Yeah.
The rules are written for that, and we got to roll that out, infrastructure that whole entire thing, and then
Like, we don't even have the technology to even think about what we're gonna do for 6G.
yeah,
Like, this one blows my fucking mind. Like, dude,
it just
like,
speaks to
it's full on ignorance.
yeah, like how much he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, and he's told us that, like he said a few times. Like when talking about computers or how Barron uses fucking computers, and he's like, "Oh, the kids these days, I don't even know emails and all this shit. I don't know how it works. It's crazy technology. It blows my mind." And now apparently he's fully spun up because 6G is going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Within his administration. But if you know anything at all about anything, you'd know that Trump doesn't know fucking jack shit about technology, let alone a plethora of other things.
Knows jack shit about shit.
Yeah, very little. Very, very little about very, very little.
Yeah. But moving right along.
Oh, we got an interesting one up here next. So, as any recent political followers might know, Barack Obama won a Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, snap, he did?
Yeah, it was, shit, I don't even remember the year, but he did win a Nobel Peace Prize within his 2 terms, and
What was that for?
that's, it's a little questionable about what it was for. And Trump did put that into question within the speech that I'm talking about right now, because it's kind of difficult to discern why Barack Obama actually got the Nobel Peace Prize. He kind of sort of ran an anti-interventionist administration within his time, but it's to be debated why exactly he got that. And I'm not here to say like Obama deserved the Nobel Peace Prize 100%, but since we are in the tantrums,
well, it says here on Wikipedia that he got it for his extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and cooperation between people.
well, that's a very broad fucking paint all. I don't know. Be a good president. Is basically, if you want to condense that into a few words, be a good president.
Yeah.
Be a good example for the rest of the world. I'm not saying he's undeserving. I'm not. That explanation that you just gave, it seems to me like it's just a be a good president sort of.
Yeah, like do your job.
Yeah, like do it and do it well.
Well, I mean, that being said, like, I mean, if you think about like the Iran agreement or the Iran deal that we got, and then
the
TPP,
the Paris Climate Accords.
yeah, the Paris Accords. I mean, stuff. I mean, like he did some shit.
Oh, I could definitely make a case, but so Trump here, been in office 2 years, is gonna request that the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe nominate him for a Nobel Peace Prize based on his non-work with Kim Jong-un. When nothing's actually gotten done there yet.
No,
It's all hearsay at this point.
all he's really
empty
done
promises.
is legitimize a fucking dictator.
Yeah, you give him a seat at the table, at the national table.
Yeah.
On national news, so that Kim Jong-un can go back to North Korea and say, hey, look, people that I fucking dictate. I sat with the American president. I told him that I wanted this, and this, and yeah.
And yeah, he was so scared of me that I did this,
Yeah.
and they probably went and, fake newsed it up and made him be taller than the president.
I'm sure they did, yeah.
They probably have some really, like, funny Photoshop fucking, photos of, like, Trump, like, bowing down. And, oh, yeah, like, saluting the fucking general.
No,
You know that general has to have, like, fucking, like, the best
all right.
fucking cred in
Right.
North Korea. And
In all of North Korea.
you're like, oh my fucking God, the President of the United States
Yeah.
saluted you. You're like, dude, he's got fucking, like, probably, like, 47 hookers.
Yeah.
That just live in his house now.
Yeah.
And his house is like a gold mansion.
Well, worship at your own peril, North Koreans, because as if they're going to hear this podcast, but this is not us. This is the most not us president we've ever had in the history of America.
Yeah.
And the fact that he did this, yeah, I like, the idea of meeting and talking. But like you said, giving him a seat at the table on the world stage like this
Well, yeah, because, like,
is not a good precedent to set for dictators.
China's been talking to him. Japan's trying to get a hold of him. North Korea, or South Korea, sorry, has been, like, talking to him quite a few times. I mean, like, it's a whole lot of, like, legitimacy that, like, a psychopath fucking dictator doesn't necessarily need.
Right, exactly. So I just thought it was super fucking petty for this to fit the sort of the tan-Trump mold of this segment. Of Trump, like, Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize, I should get one too. And somebody within the, inner circle there told somebody within Shinzo Abe's, Japanese Prime Minister's inner circle, hey, you should totally nominate him. Like, it'd be really cool if you did. We'd like that a lot. Maybe do that for us?
Maybe we'll get rid of those sanctions.
Yeah, like something. Come on.
You know, it could be that, or it could be that, like, right before we started this podcast, we watched a video of one of the trade delegates.
Oh boy,
with China.
This one was a fucking treat.
And he was talking about memorandums of understanding.
Yes, MOUs.
Yeah, MOUs, which like is basically business 101. And those are pretty much fucking contracts. Like, I mean, I'm not a businessman, but yeah, use that like whole like I'm not a scientist, but
neither is Trump.
Yeah. And frankly, it's pretty apparent now.
If you watch the video we're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, like it's apparent from there, because like right there in some of the like basic business 101 stuff, like classes that I'm taking, says that a memorandum of understanding is a legally binding contract, you know, and like it's enforceable. Well, apparently Trump doesn't think that way. So the head of I forget his name, but this guy has to like be on the fly like, all right, you know what? Let's just not call it an MOU. All right, let's not call it a memorandum of understanding. That we're not going to call it that anymore. Let's just call it a trade agreement. And Trump's like, yeah, okay, now I'm okay with it because I hate MOUs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because it's
anything contractual where he's held to some sort of standard. Trump hates that. So, oh no, really? Trump doesn't like that?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like really, what it comes down to is like, no, I want it like signed because like MOU. Like I mean, he's just so fixated on these stupid fucking details.
Yeah,
and
we should link the video on our Twitters because it really speaks to the incompetency of the president, because he's just hung up on the verbiage and what these dumb little fucking minute details of what this giant deal really is with China.
Yeah.
To avoid tariffs and to fucking eventually solve this whole trade war thing that doesn't need to be a thing in the fucking first place.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, like, I mean, I think this could have been. I think it's necessary, but it's only necessary because of the steps that Trump has taken. I mean, I've talked about this before.
Yeah, it's like
had we joined
you
the
break it and you fix it. That doesn't. You didn't do yourself any good.
Yeah.
You don't get to break things and then take credit for fixing the things that you broke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like, had we gone ahead with the TPP, for instance.
Yeah.
Right. We would have had the entire fucking surrounding area, everyone that deals well with China a lot. I mean, like their suppliers, their buyers, everyone. We would have had, those other 12 countries, I think is what it is. I think it's 12.
Right.
Besides us. We would have them, and we could have used that as leverage to be like, yo, China, hey, you need to back the fuck off on your, price gouging, or not price gouging, but your IP, intellectual property stealing, because China's really, really horrible.
That's their like worst as far as bad actor mode in the Pacific.
Yeah, so like you need to knock that shit off, and like same thing with like your market manipulation stuff like that. You need to knock that shit off. Like that would have we could have like bonded together. We could all come together. We would have had really, really good deals with all these other fucking countries.
Yeah.
Which, like, mind you, like, same fucking bylaws from the TPP were used in the new NAFTA.
Yeah, well, there's so many better ways to go about this than a trade war.
Yeah.
Than imposing billions of dollars of tariffs.
Yeah, because it's just...
And then they do it too, and we just perpetuate each other's fucking worst types of trade behaviors. until somebody folds. And if no one ever folds, then we're just stuck in this fucking let's tariff the fuck out of each other forever.
So it fucks fucking farmers. It fucks fucking everybody that does any sort of fucking
the exact
trade with China.
The exact type of people that Trump proclaims that he's here to help and are his base.
Yeah.
Like get the fuck out of here, dude. If he knew, it's hard to blame him because he doesn't fucking know anything.
It's pretty easy to blame him if you ask me.
I feel like if he knew, like if he was intelligent enough to digest these types of things, then you might be able to get it through to him that like, hey, this would help farmers a lot more if we didn't trade war, but if we, let's summit with China and summit with Trans-Pacific Partnership, and we'll all get together and decide what works for everybody in an equal, fair way. Make a deal, because you're the deal maker, right? You're the art of the deal guy. You're the best deal guy. No, tariffs aren't deals. That's not a fucking deal.
Yeah.
That's a penalty.
But this goes back to why we got it out of the TPP in the first place.
Right.
Like, why did we get out of that? Oh. I think there's a little thing that you coined as like the pivotal moment for when Trump actually decided to run, and we've talked about this before.
Yeah, specifically the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
Yep.
And this was at this point it was like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And Obama basically just roasts Trump. Trump's at the dinner.
Yeah.
Mind you, Trump hasn't had a White House correspondent. He hasn't attended a White House Correspondents' Dinner within his administration's time.
No.
And
I don't think he ever will.
I think that I've often speculated that Correspondents' Dinner where Obama really, really roasts him, and it's worth a watch on YouTube. That's the day he decided, like, I'm running for president. And this fucking guy can fuck off. I'll undo everything. I'll completely break everything he's ever fixed. I don't care what it costs America. And in the process, I'll enrich myself. Mm-hmm. Because I think he already knew that, to what extent the presidency might enrich him and his family. And with the kind of the tax fucking laws that they could pass, the huge giveaway they did fucking a year and a half ago, that he could get things like that done, and at the same time say fuck you, Obama.
Yeah.
I hope you had fun at your dinner, because I'm about to make your presidency never exist. Yeah. And he's doing a good job of that. I hate it, but he's doing a really good job of that.
He is. It's terrible. Well, that being said, let's get with our next tantrum, because we spent a long time on that one.
Yeah, so this one I kind of fucked us on this one, I think, last week.
You fucking jinxed us, bro.
Yeah, dude. I specifically at some point in the podcast last week said he's kind of backed down and chilled out on the enemy of the people rhetoric that he's known so well for spouting all the fucking time. But I guess I think I spoke too fucking soon, man, because here we are. We release on fucking Sunday, and here it is. We're Saturday, and in a 5-day span, this motherfucker, I think he said enemy of the people in tweets or press conferences at least 5 times this week. Because I was trying to track it after I heard it the first or second time. And specifically targeting the New York Times. NBC is obviously now the enemy of the people because of Saturday Night Live. Pretty much, as always, any news outlet that reports in a way that's not going to completely be in line with Trumpism. But the bad news about this is this coincides with just this week, we've got a Coast Guard officer. I amassing an arsenal, 15 guns, over 1,000 rounds, and a hit list of Democratic leadership and liberal pundits and news journalists that he had planned to target. Thankfully, enforcement caught him and figured this out. He kind of let himself get caught. He researched like how Teddy Kaczynski got away with doing the types of things that he did, and other domestic terrorists, and they've classified him already as a domestic terrorist. But this gives a lot of weight to what the president says. You can't be putting this shit out there because there's people out there that will take this for way more than it's worth to you.
Exactly.
In terms of political points. I think he's saying it for political points. I'd like to think that Donald Trump's not going to be happy if, CNN gets bombed. Or if fucking Nancy Pelosi gets a pipe bomb at her door. I don't think he would like that. I hope he wouldn't like that. But he needs to understand that this enemy of the people rhetoric...
I think that he actually would be happy.
I can't 100% say I don't think so. But this enemy of the people rhetoric, he's got to understand that incites people that aren't gonna...
Right in the head?
To
be able to do stuff like that?
I was saying earlier, I think last I looked, it's like 58.5 million followers of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
If only one out of every 1 million of them was a psychopath, lunatic, then we have a real fucking problem on our hands. Because we have 58 people walking around America that wear red hats and voted for Trump and aren't willing to negotiate.
Yeah. And when you have that combative rhetoric to fucking no, they're the enemy of the people. When you say things like enemy of the people, what the fuck, bro?
So divisive, so fucking
that's going to cause an issue.
Right.
You can fucking make it oh no, it's just a superlative or whatever, but no, dude. You're literally
you're sowing hate.
You're literally sowing divisiveness, and you're breeding hate, and you're causing things. You're putting things in motion that could literally get people fucking killed.
Yeah, and we were discussing this a bit before the podcast that with the Democratic primaries are going to be ramping up and up and up with more contenders getting in, and we're going to have a more democratically crowded field than we've probably ever had before. And with language like this constantly from the president, I seriously worry for these people's safety. Because while there is security, it's not the Secret Service. It's not, you don't have the highest levels of security for an event in fucking West Virginia for Kristen Gillibrand, or fucking Kamala Harris doesn't have the highest levels of security imaginable.
Or what about Jim Acosta? He's a fucking CNN journalist. He doesn't have fucking security.
A guy like that shouldn't have to worry when he tells his cameraman we're shooting.
Fucking the United States of America. You shouldn't have to fucking be a journalist and fucking have security. Mm-hmm. There shouldn't be a worry on your fucking oh, am I gonna get fucking shot today? Am I gonna be assassinated?
Yeah, at the smallest of scale, attacked or assaulted, and at the largest of scale, fucking murdered.
Yeah,
and assassinated because the person who runs the country sows hate and division at a level that's unfucking precedented, unimaginable, and just reprehensible. So fucking terrible. I gotta think that he doesn't know. I hope that, like you said, man, he fucking... If some type of terrible act were to happen, I would hope that he wouldn't like that. Even if he put on Twitter that he would, condemn, fucking didn't want things like that to happen, I would hope that inside what he really thought didn't want that or like that.
Yeah, but the way that he speaks, man, it's hard to it's hard to view him as seeing that as a bad thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I have to think that if, like, Jim Acosta got attacked or assaulted, that, like, Trump wouldn't be upset about that.
No.
I don't know that. I don't know
so.
that he would publicly celebrate it, but I have to speculate that he would be happy. Like, he would think positively about that behind closed doors, at least, at a bare minimum.
Yeah.
At the bare minimum threshold of things.
That's disgusting to think about.
I know. I don't like that at all. It pisses me off.
Let's wrap up the tantrums, because these always leave a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah. Moving on.
Let's move on to the main story.
I'm down, dude. So, oh man, I've been hearing a lot of rumors lately. The media's talking a lot lately that Mueller's about done. The report's wrapping up. They're just putting a bow and a tie on it. It's all done. They just gotta fucking cross the T's and dot the I's, and we're through here.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I think we have differing opinions on this, and we'll go into that in a minute. But I don't know, man. It's a weird landscape right now because we just got the Manafort sentencing memo today or yesterday, rather, Friday. 800 pages, largely redacted.
Super redacted.
But
he's a hardened criminal, knowing and willingly.
Yeah, not deserving of leniency.
Yeah, knowing and willingly fucking committing crimes.
Yeah, all quotes from the sentence that we could pick and choose from the parts that weren't blacked out. But a lot to be said. That was the campaign manager. That was the main guy.
Right.
The head honcho of the campaign. So, what day was his sentencing?
March 13th.
Oh boy. So we got something to look forward to. I think we'll have a podcast 3 or 4 days later after that.
Oh yeah,
we'll be able to.
It's gonna be interesting. For
yeah.
Sure.
Well, it's not gonna be no jail time. You know, it's not gonna be some 2-week slap on the wrist bullshit.
Like, I mean, you got to realize, like, Manafort has done some shit.
Oh yeah,
he's been wheeling and dealing through the Ukraine, Saudi Arabia, fucking Russia for years now. He's been avoiding taxes. He's been fucking dealing as a unregistered foreign agent. He's lied to banks, defrauded banks. He's lied to investigators and then try to convince witnesses to lie for him, for investigators. Like, I mean, like, this motherfucker is,
he's the shadiest of the shady.
Yeah.
He's like the crime family, the Tony Soprano, basically, of the crime family.
He's the essence of Bad Town.
Yeah, exactly.
Our reference for shady ass shit.
So it's no surprise that Trump's now completely cut ties with him, but we'll see his sentencing March 13th and be following that very closely. I can't wait for that fucking dude to spend the rest of his life in jail.
Oh yeah.
But
most definitely.
But before we go full up into the Mueller report, do you want to talk about Stone or?
Oh yeah, we got a little thing to hit on Stone. So this douchebag posts on Instagram because he's such a rebel.
Yeah.
He posts a fucking picture of his judge.
Yeah. The judge will be hearing his case.
With a crosshairs on her.
Well, it was just to the left of her forehead. But still, like a clear, like, threatening type.
Yeah.
Federal official.
Yeah. Him being the fucking rebel.
Shady trickster. Fucking.
I'm like the Joker. Super cool guy.
Yeah. idolized by villains. Like,
Yeah.
dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? So, the judge, he had to go to court, I think Wednesday it was, and the judge imposed a very, very strict gag order. And he was super apologetic. Super,
Dude.
no, I didn't mean anything bad by the picture, you know, in non-traditional Roger Stone fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Very
Like,
fucking on the back pedal.
flip the switch, back pedal, fucking tail between the legs, like on both knees are like fucking quaking, like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't mean
please.
anything bad.
Oh.
I just like to cause trouble all the fucking time on Roger Stone.
I'm just a little sad Republican. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Like this guy. Oh
We've
my God.
talked about Stone on this podcast already a couple of times, so if you've already listened, he's the biggest fucking scumbag that's ever stepped foot in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
Whoops. Ever.
You Google Roger Stone, and that's a
Did you mean giant scumbag piece of shit asshole?
yeah, autocorrect mode.
Yeah.
Because it might as well be true. Because like this dude's fucking, he's up to no good.
He's the worst. He's the worst of the
There's a reason why he's a quote unquote self-proclaimed trickster.
Yeah, dirty trickster. Since the Nixon days too. Mm-hmm. The thing about that with Roger Stone that really gets me, I'm glad that the judge hit him hard here. I wish he would have thrown his fucking ass in jail.
Same.
But find me the liberal equivalent of a Roger Stone. Like, that doesn't exist. That's not a thing. Like, we don't play games like that. We're not that dirty. Yes, of course, liberals fucking skirt the rules and break the rules every now and then and do what they can.
Well, yeah, you got the DNC and they play kind of shiesty and stuff like that, but the RNC does the same.
But no one on the liberal side is out there like that. Like, yeah, I'm the worst of the worst, the dirtiest of the dirty.
Yeah.
Fucking catch me if you can. I'll put crosshairs by the judge's face. Fuck you. Like, this dude is a fucking scumbag.
He really is.
He's just it's terrible. And speaking of Roger Stone, so you remember on his arrest, CNN was obviously there on the scene.
Oh yeah, and his lawyers actually threw up a fucking complaint about that and wanted fucking clarification.
Yeah.
And just like the BuzzFeed, the special counsel of Mueller, they hit back and they're like, "No, dog, we did nothing."
Yeah, like, of course. No, we didn't fucking call CNN to tell them that we're reporting on this or we're about to arrest this guy.
Yeah.
Are you fucking nuts? Like,
Yeah.
conspiratorial
Shut up,
much? No. They fucking knew that this dude was a shady asshole, and they put a CNN van outside this guy's house for probably 2 or 3 weeks. And they happened to get lucky and fucking they were there the night that the SWAT team showed up.
Yeah. They don't call it #Indictment Friday for nothing.
Right?
Yeah.
Now every Friday I'm feeling like it's fucking Christmas morning. Like,
I'm always
come on.
looking out for.
Come on, Don Jr.
I'm always
Don Jr.
Yeah. Come on, Donnie. Come on, Donnie J. Yeah, no, I feel you there.
But let's touch a little bit more on the Mueller report update that we need to do this week. So everybody's speculating that it's about to end.
Oh yeah,
We don't really know. No one really knows. The
No.
only person that really knows is Mueller.
That's true.
So a lot of reports out there, and then a lot of reports today stating otherwise, that this thing's wrapping up, that it's about done. And I don't know, man. What do you think? You think they're there? You think they should be there? Are you ready for it to be over?
So here's the thing. This is my take on it, right? So there's been reports that prosecutors are leaving, investigators are going back to their jobs, their original jobs, because like the special counsel, or that's like a TDY, it's like a temporary duty assignment.
Right.
So
it's not like your job forever.
Yeah.
You just all of a sudden landed this dream job to investigate the president.
Yeah, you don't keep that. Like, I mean, like, they don't do, like, Indeed interviews or anything like that. No, this is, people are brought in for a set amount of time, and then they go back to their normal jobs.
Yeah.
So, if you ask me, I think that the way that things are going right now, and the fact that, like, there was a lot of fucking, like, when the whole Manafort thing was going on, there's a whole lot of, like, quotes about, like, references to, like, direct contact.
Right.
With Russia.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And then, like, the sentencing that we just got, didn't really have anything of that. I think they're playing everything super, super close to the fist. Because they have to, because, like, well, yeah. Like, you're running a fucking investigation on the administration that's running the fucking government.
Yeah.
So, I think Mueller actually had one of those, like, kind of like last stand type speeches.
Oh, like a fucking King Leonidas and fucking
King
Sparta.
Leonidas, fucking, suicide mission type thing, where it's like, you have wives, you have families, you have careers. Where we're going is a dark, dark place. It's a dark place for America.
Yeah.
It's a dark place for us. But I tell you, we may not make it out alive. We may not make it out unscathed. So anyone who wants to back out now, just know, you will not be called a coward. You will not be called a fool. Pull out now for your family's sake. No one will think the less of you.
Spend time with your loved ones.
Yeah. For where we go is a place that no man and no country should go.
Right.
And so, like, I think that's where they're going with that.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
they found something so deep that they're like, kind of like, all right, guys, back off.
You've got me full blown down the conspiracy rabbit hole now.
Yeah, this is obviously like crazy fucking.
That's where I want to be, though. I kind of like that conspiracy rabbit hole that you just took me down.
It's just the inspirational speech. That's what got you.
Oh, well, it did a lot for me. I like it a lot.
An inspirational speech will do a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think that's where the Mueller report is going right now.
Well, in that sense, then I guess you're erring on the side that it probably won't be over anytime soon.
Oh no, God no.
No.
Are you kidding? You know how many fucking like months and years of fucking Roger Stone fucking communication to go through?
Oh my God.
Like, you got to read every single
Looking
fucking
into that
tweet
dude's past.
and fucking IM and DM and fucking
They're probably
text
finding out
message.
so much about Roger Stone they didn't want to even know. Like, we're not here to investigate that. We know that he's a shitbag.
Yeah.
Like, we already know, like, total shitbag. Total shiesty asshole, Joker mode, fucking dickhead. We're looking for specifics.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably finding all kinds of things on Roger Stone that are, like, indicators that he's a terrible person, but not a criminal.
That's like going through the manure pile and trying to find the cow shit from the dog shit.
Exactly.
I feel really sorry for those folks. But yeah.
That's a rough job.
So that's my take. I think that, like, eventually it's, It'll end, but I think it's going to be towards the. I think it's going to have bad timing, quote unquote, and it's going to be closer towards the end of the year before it ends. Maybe like July to August. So, what do you think?
I don't know, man. I guess if I had to think about it, like the Mueller report's ending next week, which I hope it's not, because I feel like there's no possible fucking way they could have investigated every avenue. Like we said with the doors, like you open up one door, 10 more doors open, and you open up one of those 10 doors, and 10 more doors open, and I feel like that's what investigating the Trump crime family probably is.
Yeah.
So,
we've talked about that on a previous podcast.
Yeah,
the whole door thing.
I hope that it's not over, because I want the diligence that Mueller's known for, and the, straight shooter, fucking get the job done type of thing that he's known for. But if it is coming to an end, let's go down that route. I guess I'm going to hope for the best, but absolutely expect the absolute worst case scenario.
Oh, yeah. It's the right labeled nothing burger.
Yeah, like headline New York Times, Mueller report out, Trump innocent of everything.
Yeah, Trump vindicated.
No collusion. Yeah, Trump vindicated. Exactly. And that's probably what we're gonna get if the Mueller report is what the conservatives are calling it, that nothing burger.
But see, you can't call it that. You just can't. Like,
they're
you
going
can.
to, if it doesn't get Trump, they'll always call it that.
Yeah, but like at the same time, like it's a nothing burger with a side of a, like, how many people?
Like 6, instead of ordering an entree, you got 6 appetizers.
Yeah. Or
Gates,
it's
Flynn, Cohen, Manafort, Papadopoulos, Stone.
yeah. So that's a nothing burger with a whole lot of condiments on it.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's a heavy...
There's no meat, but there's so many condiments that is, like, super gross and filling, but, like, not what you wanted.
Yeah. And, like, it should be noted, like, motherfucker, like, everyone around him, everyone in his orbit is fucking doing something illegal and also lying to the FBI.
That's the biggest one, is the lying.
Yeah.
If it weren't for the lying, I could, like, presume some innocence amongst these people. But innocent people don't fucking lie this much. Like, especially to Congress. They don't lie to Congress. They don't lie to federal investigators. They don't plead guilty to federal investigators. Like,
exactly.
Innocent people don't do that. Pleading guilty is for guilty fucking people. That's not a no contest. That's not a fucking... innocent. That's you are guilty, dude. You pled guilty.
Exactly.
So that to me tells me that it's. I'm leaning sort of on the end that you were there, where you were. It's probably not over, because I feel like if a Don Jr. indictment's not somewhere in the fucking menu here, then we're probably not done.
Yeah, no.
Because he's kind of the keystone of the collusion. Oh, you have dirt from a foreign adversary? I love it.
Yeah,
he said that. He's copped to saying that. He's not denying that he said that. He said that. He said that he said that. We all know that. Okay, so that's collusion amongst the president's son.
Yeah.
Like, biological, not Jared.
Yeah.
Like, the guy he doesn't trust as much as Jared, but just a little less. And way, way more than Eric. Because he doesn't trust Eric with fucking anything.
No. Who knows what Eric does?
Yeah, I don't know. But if it does end, and we come to a head next week, and the Mueller report comes out, and we get to see all that. It probably isn't, but if it does, I'm just going to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Prepare for a big nothing burger. And if that happens, I'm going to take solace in the fact that this shit's not done. Even if Mueller's done, this shit's not done.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah, we've got, like, more than a dozen other cases against Trump.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and I don't particularly like them because they are very political in nature. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of Democrats fucking investigating the fucking administration.
Yeah.
And it's like, whereas like, the Mueller investigation is, I mean, it's run by a Republican. It was appointed by a Republican.
Yeah, appointed by Rosenstein. Fucking Mueller's a lifelong registered Republican.
Yeah. So, like, I have no issues with that, and I feel like that's more bipartisan and trustworthy when you have, like, somebody from the same party, quote unquote.
Right.
So you can't fucking, like, raise these red flags and, oh, no, it's a political hit job. It's a witch hunt.
Yeah.
Just like how fucking Trump says and tweets every single fucking day.
Yeah, pretty much. Like clockwork around after his Burger King in the afternoon.
But, yeah, his executive time.
Right.
But enough of all this bullshit, man. I'm tired of it. I'm ready.
I'm spent with the political nonsense and ready to get on to something more happy.
Yeah. Happy science time.
Happy science time. I'm ready.
Let's do it, man.
Fuck yeah, man. What do we got first on the menu today?
We got ourselves some crispy Italian mosquitoes.
Ooh.
And no.
That sounds like a dish.
It's not a dish.
It sounds like one.
It's not a post-apocalyptic wasteland dish after the Republicans ruin the environment. What it is it's there's a lab in Italy, and it's specifically in Italy for a reason. Huh. And it's because the specific type of mosquitoes that they have can't survive like in the environment that is Italy.
Oh,
right?
If they get out of the lab.
Yeah, if they get out of the lab. Because there's hardcore security there. It's pretty fucking cool. So, but what they're doing is they're using CRISPR to edit their genes. Snip out one section and put another section in.
Yeah,
just like how CRISPR does. The copy paste. But what they're doing is they're injecting it's called a selfish gene. And it kind of spreads super fast amongst the population when it gets infected.
Right.
Or when it gets introduced. And what it does is it basically makes all females like these mutated hermaphrodites. Whoa. To where they can't have babies.
That's why it was so controversial.
Well, yeah, because, like, you release that, you decimate the fucking...
Yeah, you turn every mosquito in the population into a mosquito that can't reproduce.
Yeah, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Because they die, like, a day later, or 3 days later.
That's what we were talking about, too, is that's kind of the first place my brain went, was mosquito extinction. Okay, cool, like, no mosquito bites, maybe no malaria and other things like that, but bats... Like, what about bats?
Bats or small birds.
Yeah, a lot of small birds.
Everything that feeds on mosquitoes.
Yeah, which is probably a long list.
Oh, yeah, spiders.
They're not super high up
frogs.
in the food chain. Like, they just suck the blood. They don't actually kill anything. But they get killed by a lot of things, I imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's a little worrisome just because, like, I feel like they're using a flamethrower where a match would suffice.
Right.
But
I'm just gonna do the trust the scientist thing and say like I'm sure that like the variables will be in place before they let them out. Obviously they get out of the Italian lab, they just die because they can't live there, which is super smart, super awesome, cool scientists.
There's some foresight there.
Yeah.
It's not like fucking like, oh yeah, let's just fucking
yeah, let's do this in fucking South Africa and find out. And if one mosquito gets out, then the whole fucking mosquito population's done within 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. So that's pretty cool that they even thought of that. Because I'd be, I don't know, my mind works in a way that I'd want to get the work done faster and just set the lab up where the fuck ever.
Right.
But that's awesome that they even know that.
It just shows the dedication to the small things, because like there was some hardcore security going in there. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the lab's no joke. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I like it a lot.
I do too.
But wanna
Jinx.
Ooh,
You owe me a Coke.
on the same page.
Yeah.
So,
So now that T owes me a Coke, not only a Coke, but also tacos. Now I get a drink with my tacos.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're going to have to pay me back eventually. You do realize
It's
that.
like one taco. All right, it's like 3, but that's it.
But you got to realize, like, I charge interest.
No, I'm not paying the taco. The taco juice is not running.
Nah, it is, man. You owe me some tacos now. Like, if you don't pay that soon, you're going to owe me a taco truck.
I'm gonna have to pay you with a taco truck.
Yeah. So many tacos that you actually have to get me a truck.
Can I just run a taco truck and give you free tacos out of it
Nope.
for like 6 months?
No. You have to get a taco truck and run it, and then I will get the profits.
No, the deal is off. The taco juice.
It's not a deal. Like, it's a payment. Like, you owe me that.
This is a Trump deal. You're like the Trump of tacos.
I'm a taco Trump?
You're a taco Trump. A Traco.
I'm
Trumpco.
okay with that. But,
Moving on. The
you lost me. Fuck.
so we're gonna go from the really, really small here, mosquito mode to space mode.
Yeah. The
Real
big
quick
wide
on-
world of space.
Real quick on you, and we do this often. Happy Science Time. Just segue from one weird science thing to another.
Real small bugs to real big space.
Exactly. So I thought this one was pretty cool. I didn't even know this. JAXA. So that's the Japanese Aeronautical Exploration Agency. It's basically Japanese NASA. It's basically what it is. Just think of JAXA, NASA. You can
Okay,
kinda
I
put
got
that
you.
together, yeah. So they have a probe called the Hayabusa 2. Get this shit, dude. They just landed this motherfucker on an asteroid.
It's pretty damn cool.
Named Ryogu,
Nice.
something like that. So this whole thing's goal is it lands on the asteroid, uses its little probe hands to fucking gather up some asteroid dirt, takes that asteroid dirt, takes off from the asteroid. This bitch is coming back to Earth.
Really?
Yes. So
That's a first.
yeah, we're gonna get this asteroid data, like what's on this thing, what it's made up of, at least on the surface of it, and we're gonna know that, and it's gonna do this more than once. This is the first time, but it's successfully landed, so we're just waiting for a successful takeoff off of Ryugu, and more to come.
That's
A lot more to come.
That's super fucking cool, man.
Yeah, they think maybe it could put into place a lot of the hypotheses they have for planet formation and how things all came together, which we've talked about on the podcast at least a couple of times because we fucking love space on this thing. But that and just the fucking dude, you took something out there into space, landed this motherfucker on an asteroid, collected some asteroid, and you're leaving there and you're coming back here. That's awesome. To me, that's fucking amazing.
Oh,
That's cool as hell. I know the next topic you're going to take here sort of ties in a little bit.
It does.
We're still in space at least.
Well, we are. It's not like nearly as groundbreaking as far as like what's being accomplished. Because all this is a moon mission, right?
Uh huh.
But it's a key factor in who's actually funding it. It's a private moon mission, It was the Israelis launched a private moon mission, and they launched via SpaceX because obviously SpaceX is the cheapest way to go. But it's going to land on the moon, privately funded, no nation states,
right,
or anything like that.
No government, no fucking, no bullshit money.
No bullshit money like that. And it's going to go up there. It's going to rove around. It's going to take pictures for a few days before it dies. That's super fucking cool. Just because of the implications of the fact that, like, it makes space way more accessible.
Right? Like, your new space Uber.
Yeah. SpaceX. It's basically Space Uber.
Like, you want to get something somewhere? Don't worry, Elon Musk has got you.
Yeah.
He's got
way cheaper than space taxis.
Yeah, he's got a Falcon 9 sitting on the launch pad waiting.
Yeah.
You just tell him what you need inside that fucking thing and he'll get it there.
Yeah, and it's a burgeoning space industry that's happening.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, like, depending on what the results of the Hayabusa 2 bring back, I mean, like, they could bring back fucking something like, oh, hey, look at this. This is like, you know, 70% gold or 70% platinum or, you know, some other, like, you know, super rare material.
Yeah, something we super...
This is unobtainium. You know, like, oh, shit.
Something we value here way, way high on the scale of things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that has a lot of really, really great implications there.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for it.
That's always my favorite part about the Happy Science Hub. It's not necessarily the story, but the implications of the story.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Hey, like, yeah, it's super cool that they landed this shit on an asteroid, or super cool that, like, SpaceX is going to the moon with Israeli satellites, but, like, what that can be later.
What it will mean for the future.
Yeah, like, oh, shit,
we're
we're making space travel, like, affordable for everyone? Like, Israel's hiring SpaceX to get their shit there? That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. That being said, man, I think it's about time to wrap up.
Yeah, man, we, like always, we went a little longer than we'd like to, but...
You know what's funny?
That's what happens.
This was supposed to be a short podcast.
Yeah, we work off a little board here, and this board is significantly less condensed than usual.
I think I would just like to talk.
Yeah.
I think that's a problem there.
Kind of coming to the conclusion that whether we fill the board up or don't write anything on the board, we're going to go for about an hour and a half.
Yeah, seems that way.
Mm-hmm. But,
that being said, you can reach me on Twitter at BackyardBallJ. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that is it. And I'm a Backyard Bull T. We'd love to hear from you. We also have the email. jtbackyardbull@gmail.com. Yep. Shoot us an email. Hit us on Twitter. We have a YouTube channel. No video content yet. More to come on that.
Yeah, we gotta get pretty for a YouTube channel.
Yeah, we're not quite ready yet to get these ugly mugs out there.
To do some more setups before
he lets me
record him.
I gotta grow a beard first. I want a beard.
No.
If we're gonna do a podcast
No, I'm the beard guy.
Oh, there can only be one? There could be only one.
It's a Highlander mode. I'll have to cut off your head. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. ISIS mode, because I've got a beard too?
ISIS mode? Whoa, why you gotta get political?
Whoa.
Just talking about Highlander.
Oh, Highlander.
Yeah.
You talked about chopping off my head if I had a beard.
Yeah, Highlander.
Well, I guess they chop off your head if you don't have a beard, right?
No, they chop off your head because there can be only one.
That's Highlander. I'm talking about ISIS.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we also have the Facebook page, J&T's Backyard Bowl.
Yeah.
Is there any other way to get a hold of us that need to be known?
HighlanderMail.net. I don't know. No, that's about it.
It'd be great to hear from any prospective listeners, or tell your friends. Contact us. Give us a shout out. We would be more than happy to induce a viewer mail segment somewhere here at the end of either before or after Happy Science Time and discuss anything insightful that you guys want to
insightful, or if you guys just want to fight us.
Yeah, I mean,
we're always down for a little bit of
no one
debate.
talks to us, so if you talk to us, you'll most likely get a shout out.
Exactly.
It'd be good or bad or combative or insightful, or we'll see where he goes.
Not at all. That being said, it's been real, bro.
Yeah, buddy, you too.
Have a good night.
Yep.